Hello, students. Good morning to everyone. Yes, welcome back to my maths class here. Yeah, today in this class we shall go to the new chapter that is patterns and symmetry. Okay, so this is also included in your second semester syllabus. So here we are studying about the patterns and symmetry. And now let us now discuss what is exactly patterns. What is the symmetry means. So here what are patterns? Patterns are nothing but the designs you can see, right? So these are some of the designs you can see everywhere, right? So these are the patterns. So just observe whether they look same. No, they are different from each other. And also, notice one more important thing, whether so one side is given, right? So given a they have given a line at the center, and they just given one side part, and just see whether other side part is also same, whether the other side part of these diagrams are all same or not. Let us know that. So what are patterns means? Patterns are nothing but the designs. And see, now let us discuss about these some of these patterns here. Here they have given complete the pattern. Yes, so complete. Let us first observe these patterns. So these are the, I have told that patterns are nothing but the designs. So what designs are given here? They are circle, triangle, square. Right. Now we shall now complete this pattern. So they have given circle first, triangle second, square third. Next, in the same way, this pattern is repeated. Okay, this sequence is repeated. So why? So this is why we say that patterns are nothing but the designs, series, or the sequence that repeats. Okay, sequence or the series that repeats, designs that repeats. So here, so again here it is circle, then again it is triangle here, then what is the next pattern means? That is nothing but square here, right? So after observing this sequence, we can easily place circle first, triangle second, and square in this third blank box. And next comes is circle, then we have to draw triangle, then is square. Okay, so this is how we complete the pattern. So this will be your homework. I have explained this one now. Just try these two. Okay. Yes, now let us go ahead. Yeah. So patterns. Manjit and Fabian are creating birthday cards for a charity organization. They folded cards in a half and spread color in one half. Then press it back to create the beautiful cards. So yeah, what they have told is patterns. So let us take a page. Okay, let us take a blank page and fold it in the at the middle of the page. Okay, so fold it at the middle of the page and just draw or color only at the half part. So yes, now we have colored or we have drawn some things only at the one part. Then if we fold the paper, it will come to the it will if we fold the paper and press it, then that similar pattern exists in the next card or the next page of the paper. Okay, so we say that these are the patterns. Okay, uh, these are the patterns, and now let us see whether these are symmetrical. So what is mean by symmetry or symmetrical figures? Means here, so whenever any figure that figures that can be exactly divided into two equal halves are known as symmetrical figures. Okay, whenever there are any figures, it may be any figures. For example, square. Let us take an example of square here. So if we divide the square at the center, then see we have got we will get two equal parts, right? So we will get two equal parts whenever we divide the circle, okay? Or if we draw a line of symmetry. So what is the line of symmetry? Means the center line which divides the figure into two equal halves is known as line of symmetry, and these figures are said to be the symmetrical figures. So what do you mean by symmetry? Means symmetrical figures, or the symmetry means the figures that can be divided into two equal halves. Okay, the figures that can be divided into two identical, exactly into two identical halves is known as symmetrical figures, and this line which divides these two figures exactly into two equal halves is known as line of symmetry. Understood? So here let me explain once again. So if this is a circle, imagine this is a circle, and if we draw a line, yes, so this is a circle, right? Figures. So these figures can be divided. Let us see how can we divide this figure. So that is by cutting it down at the center, right? So before cutting it down, or before drawing a line in the middle of the circle, let us now verify whether when if we draw any lines at the center of this circle, whether it exactly divides, yes or no. Yes. So we say that this is the symmetrical figure, and if we draw a line segment which divides the circle, or the which divides the given figure into two equal halves, is known as line of symmetry. Okay. So this figure is known as symmetrical figure, and this is known as line of symmetry. So in the same way, let me give an example of a square. Okay. So imagine, so look at this square. So observe this square here. So whether if we draw a line of symmetry, just observe whether it is a symmetrical figure or not. Yes, what is a symmetrical figure? We all know that figures that can be exactly divided into two equal halves are known as symmetrical figures, right? So just observe this figure, whether it is a symmetrical or non-symmetrical. Yes, this is a symmetrical figure, because whenever we draw a line of symmetry at the center of this figure, we get two equal halves, right? We get two equal halves, and this line which divides the square into two equal halves is known as line of symmetry. And in the same way, let me give an example of this figure. So just observe this figure, whether it is a symmetrical figure. Yeah, after observing this figure, we can easily say that this is not a symmetrical figure. This is not a symmetrical figure, because whenever we divide it into two equal halves, we don't get the equal. Whenever we divide or draw a line of symmetry, we don't get exactly two equal halves. So we say that this is not a symmetrical figure. Okay. So now, non-symmetrical figures. The figures that cannot be divided into two equal halves are known as asymmetrical or non-symmetrical figures, right? So the figures, like just now I had told that, like is, for example, this is a figure, this is a closed figure, right? So this is a closed figure. This is not a symmetrical figure, or we can say this is non-symmetrical figure or asymmetrical, because a line of symmetry, when we draw a line of symmetry, we can't get two equal halves, right? This is known as asymmetry, or the non-symmetrical figures. And we know that what is line of symmetry? The line which drawn, the line that drawn on the figure, the line that drawn or to divide the image into two equal halves is known as line of symmetry. Right? The line which is drawn, the line which is drawn at the center, or which is drawn on the image to divide it into two equal halves is known as line of symmetry. Okay. Yes. Now let us talk about the reflection. So what is reflection here? Yeah. In generally, whenever we see the mirror, so what will we see in the mirror? So that's our picture, right? So what we say exactly, that is nothing but the reflection. So whenever we look at the plain water, whenever we look at the plain water, we'll just see our image which is formed on the water. In the same way, our image which is formed on the mirror. So that is said to be the reflection. So here the same thing is a mirror image or water image is called as reflection. When you look at yourself in the mirror or in the water, what do you notice? So that is nothing but your right appears to be your left and your left appears to be your right. So in the reflection, things will look just opposite of what they are. When you look in the mirror of water, the reflection you see is the reverse of yourself and what is behind you. It simply reflects the symmetry of picture. Okay, so reflection is nothing but the mirror image. Okay, and whatever you are having at the right side, that appears in the that appears to be in the left side in the reflection. And rotation. Okay, rotations are nothing but, see here, uh, this is not rotation as rotations. We know that in generally we know that rotations means circle or a round, we can say, along so around a fixed path, just rotating, right? So yeah, Asa made a paper cutting and started rotating it by holding it with a stick at the center. Revati, observing the sameness of the object in every direction of rotation, started listing some objects as below. So here there are some objects or there are some things that that rotate. Okay, so here these rotates. How? See here, do all the above figures look like on rotations through a point? If so, mark these points in each and find some objects with the sameness on rotation around you. So here there are some objects, right? You can see there are some objects which are present here. Whenever we see these are rotating, so now whenever we see these things are rotating, so here what we have to observe, we have to observe that all the figures look like on rotation through the point, right? So if so, mark these points on each. So whenever these things rotate, let us write whether these things look same or not, right? We have to observe that whether these things look same or not when they are rotated, right? And see here, first comes for this object. So whenever we rotate this object, yes, that exactly looks like same as it is. And this also in the same with this, and also this starfish. Alright, so these are good examples, and we can say that these can rotate in the direction. In every direction we start, we'll get the same shapes, or what we say that these figures look same when we rotate these figures. And in the same way, butterfly, when we rotate the butterfly, we also get same shape, but here the shape slightly changes, so we cannot say this. Okay, this. And also finding some of the objects with the sameness on rotation around you. And also there is a activity that you have to list some objects with the sameness on the rotation around you. Whenever you just rotate those objects, you should see whether the sameness is possible, or you can find any difference. You just notice the difference, right? Usually we find many shapes on the walls, floors, and on the paper designs. If shapes can be turned around a specific way about a fixed point, it may look at the same or it may change the design. See here. So yeah, just see, usually we find many shapes on the walls, right? We will see many shapes, like it may be triangular shape, flower designs, right? Flower designs, the designs of sun, moon, stars, birds, everything. We will see different designs on the floors, walls, and on the paper designs also. Paper designs also we will be we are going to see. And see here, if a shape can be turned around, right? So if a shape, so for example, if this is a shape, okay, so this is a design of flower, and if it is rotated, okay, so if this shape can be turned around a specific way about a fixed point, it may look the same or it may change the design. Okay, there is also possibility of changing its design. So for example, see, this is a design of flower, right? Whenever we just turn or we just turn around this figure exactly at a one point, okay, around a specific way about a fixed point. So here this flower just it can also appear same as it is, and also the possibility of changing its design also, right? Half turn and quarter turn, based on those letters design, let us study about some of the turnings. Okay, turnings. So that is half turn, quarter turn, and one third and 1/6 turns. Okay, so here, for example, so if this is a design, right, there is a possibility of changing its direction and also not changing its direction. Okay, so here now, so when we rotate, right, so on the based on the rotations, it has got some turns. Okay, so what are those turns? Means half turn, quarter turn, 1/6 and one third and 1/6 turns. Now let us see those. So here, half turn, so your half turn means it just only half is turned. Here from in the first in the first this is like this. At the first time, this is like the shape is like this, and when we turn it, it just reversed its way, right? So this is called as half turn. And here you can observe that this is yellow point, this is green point. Okay, and when we turn it half, you'll just the positions are changed. Here we'll get the green point, and here we'll get the yellow point. And in the same way, the swastik also, right? So this is same as it is. When we rotate the swastik, just similar diagram or the similar design we are going to get it. And next is quarter turn. In the examples, the first and third change their design after quarter turn, whereas the second appears to be the same even after the quarter turn. Okay, yes, see here. This is first and third, second example. First and third changing their directions or changing their designs. Okay, changed their designs totally. So this is first like this. Whenever we turn half, it comes like this. The design is changed into this way, and whenever we just turned it into quarter turn, whenever we have changed this into quarter turn, that becomes like this. Okay, the design appears like this. And here next, coming to this four petal design, right? First, the the position of the point is here at the above, and whenever we uh, turn this design into half, that point just comes into the down, and here in case of quarter turn, it just moves into to the right side. But when we observe this second design, so here there are no changes. Okay, there are not at all any changes in this design because these designs are same, right? Next also one third and one 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 third and 1/6 turns. Okay, just the position of these designs are changed. That is, the turns can be either clockwise or anti-clockwise. So here one third turn means there will be three rotations or three turns. So which we say that. So here one third. So one third turn is like this, that appears like this. Okay, 1/6 turn means he can one third means there we can see only three parts, and here 1/6 means there will be six turnings. Okay, the designs that are rotated or the turned about six. Okay, sixth six turns. Okay, and see here these rotations. Okay, these rotations, we say that these turns, that is half turn, quarter turn, one third turn and 1/6 turn are there, right? And in case of one third and 1/6 turns, these rotations may be clockwise or anti-clockwise, right? So that may be clockwise and anti-clockwise, vice versa. There may be anything, but the rotation is compulsory. Next, coming to this one, that is, this is a activity, simple activity, that we have to find out the names of the animals by looking at their skin patterns. So they just shown or they just given the patterns or the designs of some of the animals, and we have to identify what animals they are. So here see, you can see this is a giraffe. Write down, this is giraffe. And whenever you see for which animal, you know that there appears black and white straps on its body, so that is nothing but zebra, right? So red giraffe and zebra for these blanks. Next, coming to the practice time 1. Yes, in the practice time 1, so they have shown that ticking the right mark for the figures that represents the correct line of symmetry. Okay, so now just observe, just look at the diagrams or the patterns and tick right for those which is having the correct line of symmetry, wrong for those which is not having the correct line of symmetry. Right, coming to the first one, whenever we just divide this, or we just draw a line of symmetry at the center of this design. So what will we get? At the first equal half, we are going to get like this, right? And at the second half, we are going to get like this, right? So these are both similar, so we say that this is the correct one. So in the same way, this is wrong one because this is smaller and this is bigger. The parts, that there are different parts, there are in this design, whenever we draw the line of symmetry, the parts or the designs or the totally changes, or we can say that the design is changed, right? This is small, this is large, so we say that this is not a line of symmetry. And here this is also not line of symmetry because there doesn't exist any similar patterns or similar designs whenever we draw the line of symmetry. And fourth one, yes, this is absolutely true because whenever we draw the line of symmetry, we will get two equal halves. Next, draw the lines of symmetry for the following figures. So here we have to draw the line of symmetry. So first they have given the arrow mark showing the upwards. Okay, so in this arrow mark we have to draw the line of symmetry like this. Okay, next we will be having this design. So in this design, draw the lines of symmetry for the for this following figure. Okay, so this is the, I have already drawn the lines of symmetry. We just copy these lines of symmetry. Okay, so for this, or for this a possible figure, for this figure we can easily get the line of symmetry like this. And next is third one. Yes, we can draw the line of symmetry at the center of this diagram, which can give the two equal halves. So here this we just need to draw the lines of symmetry. Okay, yes, for this one the lines of symmetry doesn't exist because this is whenever we draw the straight line. Yes, sorry, you draw the lines of symmetry. Yes, so here vertically you have to draw the line of symmetry for this given leaf. Okay, draw the pattern as a symmetrical line like this. Okay, next give 1 by 4 turn to the following. Right, so here 1 by turn is like this. Okay, you know na 1 by 2 1 by 4th turn, you just do it yourself. Okay, and also if you don't get, you can ask me. Here this one also, this is very easy, that is giving 1 by 2 turn to the following. You just turn it half. Okay, halfway. First turn will be our 1 by 2 turn. You can also do it yourself. This is also very easy. Then E. Draw the following by giving then 1 by 3 and 1 by 6th turn. Yes, these are also, we can also draw these only in the textbook. There is no need of writing these in the notes. Okay, CW, but write practice time 1 in your CW. Okay, practice time 1 in your CW. I'll just send you pic a photo of some important points in the last. Okay, just write down those, and after writing those points, write practice time 1 A main, B main. Okay, these are important. First A main, B main are very important than other. Okay, yes, so now we have seen 1 by 3 and 1 by 6th turn. You can do it yourself. These are very easy. These are really very easy. And if you also don't get how can we do those problem, we can how can we give them 1 by 3 turn and 1 by 6th turn means you can ask me in the school. Okay, yes, next coming to the F. Draw the reflection of the following. They can be left to the right or top to the bottom as marked. Okay, so here just this is very easy. This is a simple one, as you know that so if you give these type of problems for the KG kids section also, that they can easily do by enjoying these problems. Okay, yes, see here, dear students, I hope you do not have any issues or any doubts regarding these turnings 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 1 by 3 and 1 by 6th turn. They are very easy. Just try it in your home. Even though after trying, if you don't get, you can come to me. I'll just explain you once again, then you will get it now. Okay, get now. Next, draw the reflection of the following. They can be left to right or top to bottom as marked. They, see, they just give you, they just I think they just give you the right part. So here I have drawn all these figures so that it might get, you might get confused. So here first this right part is given, right, this right part is given. Similarly, right, similarly we have to draw the left part also. Same as like the right side, you have to draw the left side part. So then coming to the second one, they have given the bottom side design, and you just copy the same design for the up or the top of the top design. You have to draw the top side of the design exactly similar to the bottom side. Okay, so this, so they have given reversal, they have given to the top side of the design, and you have to draw the bottom side. And in the same way for fourth one, had drawn this one, just go through it. Okay, so even though if you draw everything and also if you are confused with some other topics means you can ask me. Okay, yes, do it yourself, and if you get any doubts you can ask me. See here, I'll just send you the pic now. Okay, I'll just show you the few points, the few important points. Okay, these are a few points regarding about the patterns and symmetry chapter. First, write down these points. So these are important points as this gives the definition of patterns and symmetry. Right. So that is symmetrical figures, reflection, everything. And after writing this, you can start the practice time 1. Start writing the practice time 1. Okay, so your first main, second main are important. You can draw it very easily, and third one also try it in your home. Okay, these are very easy. So once if you understand, you can easily draw those figures. That is 1 by 2 turn, 1 by 3 turn, 1 by 6th turn. So everything is very easy. F is also important. And see here, the students have already drawn these figures. You can just copy those. So if you also don't know how to do this, means you can come to me. I'll tell you. Okay. Yes. If you have any doubts regarding this class, you can ask me. Thank you. Have a nice day.